Well, hey, hi, and hello. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. I hope y'all had a great little 3-day weekend. I'm going to tell y'all a little story real quick. I didn't even realize I was going to have off on Monday until Friday. And for some reason, Labor Day has always kind of like went over my head, I guess. I I don't know. I don't know why. I remember distinctly being pregnant. My son is now 5.5. Getting up in the morning, getting dressed, and driving all the way to work. Getting in the elevator, going up to our floor, and it being a ghost town, and it being Labor Day. And I texted my only friend at work. There's literally one girl out of both of our buildings that I've talked to constantly. And she's like, "No, girl, we're off today. It's a holiday. What are you doing? The banks are closed. We're done. We're not open. Go home." So Friday rolls around this time, a whole 5 years later. And I don't even realize that we have off on Monday. Come Friday, I have no idea that I'm about to have a 3-day weekend. I have no clue. I get an email saying the IT department's going to be shut down on Monday because of the holiday. And I'm like, why the hell does IT get off? And I have to work. So I text my friend. I'm like, are we off on Monday? She's like, girl, duh. Haven't you learned this yet? So I just wanted to put that out there because I just find myself ridiculous sometimes. But with that being said, I hope you guys had a great little 3-day weekend. I decided to kind of stay off the computer, hang out with my kids, do some stuff in the house. We actually spent yesterday getting everything finalized for homeschool. We don't really work on the same schedule as everyone else. Maybe that's why I forget the holidays, because they don't really mean much to me because I'm doing normal things anyway. As you guys know, pretty much everything that we were trying to wait on for answers to in the Idaho case has been pushed back. They didn't talk about the cameras. That's been rescheduled. They didn't talk about the motion to dismiss. That's all been rescheduled. All of you guys know this by now. There's not really a lot of updates in the case I can give you that you haven't already gotten because I did choose to stay off of the interwebs for a few days, and that's fine. I don't really care if other people get to the story before me. Now, I looked around a little bit yesterday and this morning, and it's like 7:30. It's not even 7:30 yet. I try to get all my videos recorded before I have to clock into work so that I can get things done. So this is pretty early. But I noticed that there was a couple of subjects being talked about. One of them being the black box. Now, I know people have talked about this on and off for like a while, and I could be misunderstanding the way that I'm interpreting the way that a black box works. But from what I learned in the Dylan Rounds case, because for those of you guys who don't know, in the Dylan Rounds case, when Dylan went missing, the police officers allowed his family to take his personal truck that was found in a very suspicious position in a very suspicious way, and technically should have been taken by the cops into evidence and examined. They let Dylan Rounds' parents take that truck back to their house. So what ended up happening by the time they realized that the black box could actually have done some good in Dylan's case, because they had already driven the truck over 100 miles, any information that the black box would have stored during the time that Dylan Rounds had went missing was gone. Because what I'm kind of understanding is that it only tracks like up to like 100 miles at a time. And then kind of like your parents and your grandparents used to do whenever they wanted to record things on TV, and they'd record over the VCR. You know how sometimes in movies you see someone going to play a VCR and they're like, oh, let's put it in. And like one little thing starts playing and then it breaks apart and something else starts playing. It records over. Not only that, but it's not like it's a constant recording thing. It's activated by action. It's mostly used for car accidents because it measures stuff like speed and if the brakes were pressed, stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know how much information a black box could give investigators in this case, just based off of what I've kind of learned throughout the process and everything that I've gotten off of, doing searches and actually like Googling what the black box does. So I don't really think that would be important in this, like, at all, unless I have it wrong. And I could, but now I also know that there's a new article or a new report. I know that someone that used to teach at a school that Bryan Kohberger used to go to has come out with a report. I know it's been a minute. I've been busy. And I want to go over that because this person, from what I'm understanding, she's coming out and like giving her name, her occupation, and giving all of her information. Whereas we've really only kind of seen that with people who had like good things to say about Bryan. A lot of the stuff when it came to possible behaviors that could be lead up, as they call, they've all kind of been anonymous. I know that there was some people from back in his like high school days. And then we had that one girl who claimed that she went on a Tinder date with him. But when it comes to the girl that apparently he helped with a security camera issue, that they're claiming that he actually was doing nefarious things with that security camera system, there's no proof of any of that. The information on that situation has not come out. The name of the girl has not come out, which I'm not trying to like, I don't want people's names thrown out there, in the spotlight. But if a story that is your story is circulating around someone else's story, you would just think that just ethically, you would want to make sure that the parts that have something to do with you are accurate. So I don't know. We haven't heard anything from that person. We haven't heard anything from the girls at this school, apparently, that there was an issue between them and Bryan Kohberger that caused him to be removed from this school program. But I'm going to read the article and I'm going to see if there's anything else about this lady, because just like it was really important for Dr. Ramsland's impression of Bryan Kohberger, this is an important impression as well. So, I mean, this could literally be, destructive, rebellious teenage behavior that he has then grown up and grown out of. And now we're seeing an adult version of him. And just all of the stuff from his childhood is kind of coming back. I don't know. I don't know. I know that law enforcement has done a really crappy job at proving to me and to the majority of you that Bryan Kohberger is the guy. And I'm going to get some stupid comments about, oh, it's a good thing that it doesn't matter what you think. Well, guess what? It does, because people like me are the ones on the jury. And I would hope that if I were in Bryan Kohberger's situation, that they could find jurors like me. Because, see, I've been a victim. I mention a lot, not a lot, but I mention a couple of times how my son's father is in jail. And the truth of that is that he not only tried to kill me once, attacked my son, attacked my daughter, put him in jail before he'd get out. I tried to meet in the middle with trying to do what I thought was right by allowing him to still be a father to our son. And he ruined that too. Threatened to hurt us again. Threatened to come and take him from me and burn my house down with me and my older kids in it. And that's when he went to jail. And all of that happened a handful of days before the Chad Dorman case. I literally went down to the DA's office like 2 months ago. He was told that I was legally going to have to update my address on the protective order when we move, which means I have to allow the person who victimized us to know where we are, where we moved to try to heal from him victimizing us. See, a lot of people think that I'm just like some cop hater, but I don't understand that concept whenever I sit here and I tell you guys I have $60,000 in student loans for a criminal justice degree, a criminal investigative forensic science degree. I'm sitting here talking about cases. I give cops kudos when kudos are deserved. I feel like I have a very unbiased mind. So no, I'm not some cop hater. I don't want to see Bryan Kohberger walk away on a technicality. No, if he's the one who did this, I want him to cease to exist. But I don't want an innocent man to cease to exist because of a faulty investigation. Just as much as I don't want to see a guilty psychopath let out on the street because of a technicality. There's nothing that I can talk about here on YouTube, okay, with what I can actually have access to as a person of the public, that the people that have access to everything don't already know exists. So I'm just here giving my opinions. And that's about it. I'm also going to start limiting my presence, not here on my channel, but on other people's channels, because there seems to be just a lot of non-case related drama amongst creators. And I personally don't give a two shits about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it unless someone is creating a victim and legal actions need to, you know, I don't care. I don't care. I have at least 3 creators, I think, 3 people on YouTube that somehow end up putting my name into their drama because other creators put my name in that drama. And I don't ever know shit about it until whatever they were doing, the damage is done, and now someone is talking about it on YouTube. I have all these other people speaking my name that I've never spoke to before, never spoken of before, don't know anything about, legitimately know nothing about. And I'm just not here for that. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to please everyone either. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't want to be. I prefer my coffee, actually. Thank you. So I don't really care about none of that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to try to figure out what the hell is going on in our justice system, in the human psyche, what's going on in the world, because it's going to shit. And I have 3 beautiful children who have to survive in this crap. And I'm trying to teach them how the best that I can. But that's pretty much it. Oh, PSA. I recorded this the other day. I'm just going to go ahead and play it here. Do y'all recognize this cup? See this cup? I know a lot of people here on YouTube that have millions of subscribers, y'all. Bazillions and bazillions of subscribers. Air up, okay? They're promoting this cup on their channel, okay? Do not buy this piece of shit. My daughter spent her hard-earned allowance of almost $50, I think, with shipping. It was almost $50 for this stupid-ass cup. And that was after she used a promo code from Call Me Chris, which I love her. She's hilarious. But this thing came in, and this is a flavor cup. It comes with these, you get these weird discs. They're like this, and they go in here. Okay? And it flavors your water, because all of a sudden flavored water is trendy for some weird-ass reason. Just drink your damn water. She ordered the one that came with, the peach. And the second she put it in and tasted it, she spit it out. She's like, Mom, what is going on? Please taste this. Is there something wrong with this? So I took a drink, and I wasn't prepared for radioactive monkey butt flavor, okay? Because that's really the only way that I can describe the way that this peach thing tasted to me. Okay? So I was like, clean it out, wash it out again, and let's try again. Put some ice in the water, let's try again. So she cleaned the cup out, soap and water, put some ice water in the cup, put the pod back in. No, straight chemical, straight disgusting. How are they charging people $50 for this thing? Okay? So I get on the thing to get a refund because I'm like, no, we're not doing this. You did not just spend $50 on this thing and it tastes like straight chemicals. These are supposed to be naturally derived flavors. No. So I'm on the chat to get a refund, and they're sitting there trying to tell me that once the package is open, they cannot refund me. Excuse me. But you're selling something that consists of flavor, meaning that I have to open the damn thing and taste it in order to validate if I want to return it or not. So how are you selling technically a food grade item, but then claiming that it can't be returned once it's open? I'm not going to know if it tastes like radioactive monkey ass unless I've opened it, put it in there, and tasted it. So again, I fought that fight until she got her money back. So not only is this a $50 waste that's just going to end up, in the oceans by the millions, I'm sure, that tastes like straight up chemical, disgusting, nasty, but they also try to not give you your refund after you've tasted just how disgusting it is. Yeah. So I don't know why there's so many creators, big creators out there promoting this cup, but I promise you, they're lying to you about the way they're claiming that this thing tastes, because, So yeah, don't buy that cup. Just don't buy that cup. Hopefully we get some updates in the Idaho case soon. I've been thinking about doing something. I'm not even going to tell you guys what it is. It's just, my whole plan is just written over here on a piece of paper, and when you see it, because you might not see it because I'm busy. So we'll just see if I can get this little series started yet or not. We'll see. Anyway, I got to get to work. I have about 10 more minutes until I have to clock in. And I need to go refresh my coffee and stretch. Okay. See y'all.